Whoa, whoa. My goodness. Sorry, y'all. Whoever's watching now, I'm sorry. Goodness. Hi, Emily. Wow, I was a little making y'all a little dizzy there. Sorry about that. Oh, how are you doing, Emily? Hope there's no delay. I feel like there's a little bit of a delay, but oh, not. Oh my. Sorry, y'all. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Valerie. uh, hi, Bubbles. I don't like this lighting. Hold on, y'all. There. Try that. Going to color pretty soon. Oh, Beauty in Fairyland. I have not colored one page in that book yet, Emily. Not one page. Bubbles, are you at work? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not trying to cause problems. All right, we have a few more minutes and then I'll greet everyone, even the lurkers, if we have any. You guys might hear some background noise because they're gaming again and fussing at each other and everything else. Uh-oh, maybe. That means yes. That means yes. All right. I hope everyone's doing well. I felt like I've been going like an Energizer bunny since I woke up. I hope no one else is feeling like that right now. There's a lot. Lots to do. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my little spill. It is 8:59. Playing the game. Uh-oh, Bubbles, work. Remotely playing the game. All right. Hey, beautiful people. It's your girl T. Yes, and I'm here for video 3 or live number 3, Working in Summer Scenes by Teresa Goodridge. And this is for August Color Your Hoard that I co-host with the lovely Lavelia from Lavelia's Coloring. This is an Instagram color along. So if you have any coloring books that you have not yet colored in, or you have a whip in one, and that's the only page that you have, you can go ahead and color those and then post your picture, your finished page on Instagram, tagging her and myself. And then the lovely Lavelia will then get all of those pictures, which there are tons, you guys. I don't know how she does it. There are probably hundreds. She'll take all of those pictures and she'll create a nice little slideshow and post that up on her channel. So if you've not yet participated, I admonish you to do that. It's really fun. I usually just send her my pictures because I'm not really good about Instagram right now at all. But yes, I hope everyone is well, keeping cool, getting ready for fall, getting ready for school. Oh wow, Valerie, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot here too. Really hot. And I think we're supposed to have some storms, hopefully not while I'm doing my live, because sometimes here the power does flicker and we don't want that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. In this book, I am working on this beautiful page here, the beach bar page. And the last time that we were together, I colored in this bottom part as well as the beach bar itself with Prismacolor pencils. I think when I left, I hadn't done all of this down here just yet. So I finished this. I finished coloring this section in. I've got some glossy accents on, I don't know if you guys can see that, glossy accents on this surfboard, the little sign, and on the seat here. I did some gel pen on the, excuse me, the scooters, and I use Sparkle Pop. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yes, Valerie, she does a great job with those slideshows. So then I did some more Sparkle Pop pen here on the sign, the beach bar sign. I don't know if you guys can see that. Kind of want to make it shimmery and shiny, like come see me, come over here. And then also some glossy accents on the life safety thing, whatever. I don't know. I never want to have to ever use that. But anyways, and again, I did some Sparkle Pop on the flags just to give it a little shine. So yeah, so today what we're going to do is we're gonna actually finish this in this video. I know I will, because all we have left to do are the palm trees, the sky, and the top part of this beach bar and the water. And so we're gonna go ahead and start. Hey, Lavelia! Thank you, Bubbles. All right, so I'm using Prismacolor Premiers. If no one knows that, if this is your first time watching, I based this whole page with what did I use? A combination of Ohuhu alcohol markers and another one I forget. And then I'm shading with Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. And I do have the 150 set, so that is the set I'm using. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna go ahead and start with this roof top here. I colored it in gray, so I'm gonna I have two grays that I'm going to use and possibly some white. But the first gray I'm going to start with is Cool Gray 70. Cool Gray 70. PC 1065. Thank you, Lavelia. Thank you, thank you. And welcome to all the lurkers. You're welcome here. If you want to lurk, that's fine. You don't have to say a thing. I'm going to say that every time because I want you to feel welcome enough to lurk and welcome enough to eventually say hey. So, but if you don't want to, that's fine. So basically what I'm going to do is going to, where she has these lines here and just add some of this darker gray. So yeah, guys, how has your week been? It's been a week since I've been able to chat with many of you. Hope everyone's staying cool. Staying hydrated and having an awesome summer. Hey, of you. Hey, girl. Hi, Shelby. Oh, you're welcome to lurk, Shelby. you're welcome to lurk. Thank you for saying hi. Oh, thank you, View. Thank you. I wish I had time to watch many of you guys, but as you guys know, I have new responsibilities at work, and when I get home, sometimes I'm so exhausted. I just want to like diamond paint, but I guess I could diamond paint and watch. I could never catch people live because what I'm when I think many of you guys are live, I'm busy. I don't know what. It could be doing laundry, it could be homework now because I'm in school. But yeah. How are you working and playing the game Bubbles? Tell me how that works. Tell me how that works, girl. Ah. Tell me. You know when I was just, in the information center, like, like customer service type of work several years ago, and I had started coloring, I was bringing my coloring book to work. And I'd sit there and color while I was waiting for phone calls. And and they allowed it until my boss came over. I think she was my old boss. She was just being kind of, I don't know what she was being. Let me just leave it like that. She was not being nice. And she was like, "Well, I don't think I don't think you should be I think you might want to not color while you're working." I said, "Excuse me?" I was like, "So you rather sit here and you rather me sit here and holler across the building to the person on the other side of the aisle here and bug and disturb everyone else? I'm quiet. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm doing my own thing." I was like, if she does not get out of my cubicle, I am not listening to her. I'm gonna color. And you know what's funny is just here a few maybe a couple, well, was it last year? We went back to the office last year. And do you know that on the board in my department, now I'm in management, but on the board in my department, they actually have a huge poster size mandala with little buckets of markers and stuff so that when you walk by, you can take a marker and color. I was like, see? And she was trying to stop my flow. Now it's flowing into everybody doing it. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, she's tripping. She is tripping. Well, that's good, Bubbles. You have one of those jobs, huh? That's good. Enjoy those jobs. What is that back there? Okay. Sometimes it's hard to see stuff. Yeah, so I'm like, well, at least now people, and also we also have an area in my department where we actually set up jigsaw puzzles, and my boss, the COO, will take a break and go put some of the pieces on the puzzle too. We were doing that for a long time. Right now we have a lot of binders up there because they're getting ready for some conferences and stuff. But once those binders are gone, they're gonna have those jigsaw puzzles back up there. And yes, it's a good way to de-stress at work, to take a break and either color or jigsaw puzzle or read for a few minutes and then get back to work. I don't see anything wrong with it. What about you guys? Do you see anything wrong with that? It's good to de-stress. Yes, Valerie. It is. Just like, you know, as long as people are getting their work done, don't stress. Don't stress people out. I'm me, my management style is we hired you to do the job, do it, please. I just If I don't micromanage, I don't like that. I don't want anybody doing that to me, so I don't do that to my people. And you know what you're supposed to do, please do it. And the only time I usually contact them about anything is if I get, I have some questions that need to be answered. Maybe they made a decision on something and we need a clarification. But that's about it. That is about it. I'm like, no, do your job. As long as you're doing your job, you will not have to worry about me at all. And I find that people are more comfortable with me, um, because I'm that way. Yeah, de-stress there, Bubbles. De-stress. We have some guys who kind of work in the a different section, and some you can see them when they're taking their break. They'll do a little bit of that too. So I don't know. I love my job. I'm just gonna say that. I love the culture at my job, the work culture, job culture. It's like a family environment. People are really nice and supportive. If you want to share, you don't have to share, because I'm not one of those people who shares all my business either. But there's some people who feel comfortable enough to share their um, some of their personal things that are happening with their children, to get support, because a lot of times you spend a lot of time with people at work. And a lot of times people want to feel that support from those people that they see all the time. Oh, Valerie. I hope so. I hope so. I'm very fair. I treat everyone the same. I want people to know that, they can come to me with anything they have, they want to talk about at work, work related stuff. I don't necessarily want to go be in all up in people's business, because that's not me. I don't gossip. You don't hear me repeating stuff that people tell me that's personal. I don't do that kind of stuff. So a lot of times people come to me because they know that, and they need a listening ear. um, you know, but some people just like to have friendships like that at work. So but yeah. So that's it. Like at work, I only go into the office 2 days a week and work from home the rest of the time. So that's a plus. That is a big plus. And my Fridays, I work from 8 to 12. That's it. We close at 12 on Fridays. So, and that's all year. So we have like a really good work schedule. Working from home and then half day Fridays. All right, so that one was cool gray 70%. Now I'm going to pick up the cool gray 20%. No, it doesn't take long, Valerie. No, not with me at least. I'm going to go in with this cool gray 20 and just kind of add a little bit here, because I don't know, I just want to do it. I can't really tell you guys why. I do what I do, I just do it. Kind of smooth that out just a bit. Now, don't forget that I did use a gray under here as a base with alcohol marker, so I don't really have to do much unless, I really want to. But yeah, guys and gals, I love my job. I've been there for 15 years, and it's a great, great organization to work for. And we are a small organization, so a small organization, but we've been around for over over 50. I want to say, well, we have someone who's been at our office for over 60 some odd years. So we've been around at least over 60 to 70 years, our organization. So it's an old organization, but we have people who are still working and they're like in their 80s because they just don't want to go. um, so, but yeah, it's a good one to work for. I really enjoy it. So what's been happening this week? Anybody do anything fun last week? Anything fun? Anybody school shopping? I got all that stuff done. Christian, we had our open house today. And let me tell you guys, my son Christian, Lavelia knows, he's one of those kids, he's gonna tell you how he feels if you ask him a question. And I'm working with him on that because there's a time and a place to say certain things and not. And so we were at open house and he was talking with the principal, and they're like, she's asking him, oh, are you are you excited about school starting? He goes, no. I was like, I looked, I was like, dude, that's the principal. He's like, no. And they start laughing. They're like, well, at least he's honest. And the principal was like, well, since you're so honest with me, I promise that I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? And he was like, okay. But I was just like, dude, when we got in the car, I was like, hey, I don't like that, dude. You need to stop saying things like that. It's so harsh. But he's always been that way. Like he speaks his mind. But we're trying to teach him like when is the best time to do that. And not every time do you need to do that. And to be more positive. But he's a kid. He's like a 10-year-old kid. And they don't like something. They kind of like let you know. No, I don't like it. And he has always been that way for a very long time. So it's not because he's 10. This is Christian. He just, oh, y'all. I love him to death. He's a character and he's so funny too. But yeah, so he did that today at open house. But all his stuff is bought. I don't have to worry about any of that. So young. Yeah, Valerie. I mean, this little kid boy, he's been that way for a very long time. I knew when I was pregnant with him that he was gonna be a handful because he would when I would try to rest, he'd toss and turn in my belly. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. And we knew he was a boy. I was like, Christian, you gotta settle down, boy. I was like, settle down. I can't rest. I was like miserable. I couldn't sleep sitting up. I couldn't sleep um, laying down on my side. I had one of those body pillows. Nothing worked. I was like, oh my gosh. I had actually just taken out of work early because it was just, I couldn't sleep. And so I finally found, I was able to sit in an old Victorian chair and sleep, but that was horrible. Can you imagine trying to sleep in a Victorian chair? That was the only chair that was comfortable, but I kind of think my grandmother, it was my grandmother's chair. I'm wondering if she had something to do with it. I would get in that chair and I could sleep, but yeah, I would have to like I would put headphones on him so he could listen to jazz and classical music and he would calm down, but as soon as I took him off cuz I was ready to be done with it, he would start kicking and turning and like beating up the inside of my belly. And I'm like, "Okay, put it back on. Put it back on." Put it back on. He is going nuts in there. But yeah, yeah. Fun stuff, fun things, fun motherhood stuff. All right. I think I have a little bit of a delay, so I'm sorry y'all if I'm not responding. It could be my system. Just 1 second. I'm going to try something really quick here. There we go. All right. Okay, so now I'm done with this rooftop. I'm not doing anything else to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on the palm trees. And I'm going to be using, what color is this? Sienna Brown on this palm tree. And then I'll come in with probably sepia just to do a little shading with it, more shading with it. All right, so just gonna put this in here, kind of where she has a lot of the lines kind of meeting. You know, you don't have to be perfect on that. You can just kind of do it the way you want to. Coming in some of them just to give it a little dimension or whatever. Yeah, does anyone else have any pregnancy woes? I don't want to ever be pregnant ever again. Let me tell you that. My first pregnancy was an easy one. It was good. Christian's was, I had the longest labor with him. I was very uncomfortable. I dry heaved all the time from smells. Oh, and I didn't rest well. So, yeah, no more kids for me. I'm done. Done with kids. Y'all, if you're responding, if you're saying anything, I can't see it for some reason. I'm not sure why. Um Please bear with me. I might be having technical difficulties. Okay, here we go. Wow, Shelby, I would be so mad. I would be so mad. Not that I had a boy, I mean, I was expecting a girl, but the fact that you guys went and bought all that stuff, you had all those ultrasounds done, and they told you, and you had a boy. See? Oh my gosh. I would be so mad. Because you're just like ready for this little baby girl, and here comes a boy. You have nothing for the boy. Just diapers, right? Diapers and t shirts. Wow. That has never happened to me. Never trust one. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. I guess you could say that, Shelby. I had a 3D one, and it was very clear, so there was no shadow of a doubt what they said. But I always said, you know what? It could be a girl. They don't know. It could be a girl. My husband's like, no, I don't produce girls. I'm like, whatever, dude. Whatever. But he was right. He didn't. But yeah, see, the tree's about done. Now I'm going to use the sepia just to do a little bit more shading in here. Just a little bit. I'm not doing much, just a little bit. Yeah, see, I guess those ultrasounds can be tricky, Shelby. You know, it's at least you're the next one you were able to tell. Yeah, I tell you, motherhood, fatherhood, all of it's just fun stuff, isn't it? Preparing for babies and all that. It's fun stuff. All right. Okay, so oh, you know what? I have a little, let me do this little chair really quick because it's bothering me that I didn't do anything to it. All these chairs. So what do you guys have planned this weekend? What's gonna happen this weekend? Anybody doing anything fun? Yeah, Shelby, I feel the same way. No more kids for me, girl. I'm done. No. Now unless the good Lord decides to plant one in this womb, then but other than that, no. Not trying to have any more babies. It's too expensive. Too expensive. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do next. Let's do the water. I've chosen Blue Lake for the water. I've already based the water, so there's not much I need to do here. Valerie's dog is going off. Okay, Shelby, that sounds fun. That sounds really fun. I want to relax. I just feel like I've been going, y'all. I just want to relax. But that's not my life right now. So I have to get rest when I can. Okay, go ahead now. The gaming videos, I always, my son watches those a lot, and I'm like, how do you even do that? That's a little bit too much technology for me. But he wants to do that. I'm like, yo, you're not doing that right now. Okay, so the next color I'm going to use is powder blue, just a little bit. You guys hear my son, he's giggling loud with his dad. He's having a good time with his dad playing that video game. All right, and then last I'm going to use white. Yeah. Grocery shopping when no one's in the store is the best. I used to do that all the time. Late at night, I'd go with my husband and or early in the morning, but I don't like doing shopping early in the morning because a lot of people have that same idea, but late at night, people are not trying to be out. All right, so the water is done. All right, now we're gonna work on these coconuts and then I'll do the palm fronds. All right, let's work on these coconuts. I'm just using sepia. I'm not doing much to them, you guys and gals. Not much at all. Anybody buy the Maria Trolls Universe book? Anybody buy that? And what do you think about the color of the paper? Well, I'm going to tell you guys, I got the book. I have a haul video that I will be uploading sometime this weekend or maybe tonight. We'll see. And typically I don't buy compilation coloring books because I already have all the other ones. I typically don't buy them. And I didn't realize that was one. I wasn't paying attention, so I have it. But some of the new images in Universe are really nice. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll keep this one. I don't usually buy those kind of books, compilation books. But what do you guys think about the paper if you have it? Okay, Valerie doesn't have it. All right, now I'm going to go with the palm fronds. Sorry, y'all. And I'm going to use grass green. And the way that because she's got these lines here already. So the way that I do it is I just come in here where she's got those lines drawn in, and I just do that. I just follow her lines. And then on the edges a little bit, maybe come down and do something like that. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what to do in those areas, but that's what I do. And sometimes I come in here and do some more just random ones. Are you going to bed now?
Yeah.
Good night, bro. Give me hugs.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right, go brush your teeth before bed. Straight to sleep, straight to bed. I'm alive. Good night. Sorry, y'all. And then I'll come on the edges, like this, and kind of color that in a bit. Yeah, so needless to say, I'm going to keep the book and just, deal with it. I might just color the pages that are the universe pages, the new pages, and leave the other ones blank. Because when I was like going through, I was like, I already have many of these. I've colored some of these pages already. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is a compilation book. Man, I didn't pay attention. But it's okay. I don't know who else in this group who's watching, who does not like buying compilation books. I'm one of those people. Hi, Tara Lou. It's nothing wrong with the actual paper. It's like a cream color, isn't it? I think it's right here. Right over here. Just a second. Let's see. Yes. Intermission. Here's the book. And it's cream color. So, and I'll show you the difference. I don't know if you guys can see that in here. This is white. Let me do it this way. White and cream. Do you see the difference? Some people like that. Some people don't. So I was just wondering how you all felt about that. Yes, Universe. It's Maria Trolle's Universe coloring book. Okay, let me get back down here so we can see this here. I like her artwork. I'm trying to finish Botanicum, and I have a long way to go. Supposed to be trying to finish that this year, but I don't know, y'all. I colored like, oh man, I want to say, oh, I've colored over 6 or 7 pages in the last 2 weeks from that book. And that's in between diamond painting and also jigsaw puzzling. And now I'm hooked on Monopoly Go. I don't know if anyone else is playing Monopoly Go. I'm hooked on that thanks to my mother-in-law. I was like, oh, I love that game now. So these are taking longer because, you know, I'm trying to get into the details here. But once we finish these palm fronds, then we'll go into doing the background. And I'm going to be using watercolor, or attempting to use watercolor for the background. So we'll work that together. I don't know. I usually go with the flow on that, y'all. So don't take pointers from me. Don't take pointers from me. I'm not a professional watercolorist. I wish I was. I've signed up to take some classes virtually and hope to get some of those courses started at least before the end of the year, or those classes within that course. So, but I have a lot going on, so I don't want to pressure myself to do it, or if I do that, I won't enjoy it. Oh, Shelby likes it. Yes, Monopoly Go. Oh my gosh. I love it. At first, I was like telling my mother-in-law, I'm not playing that. She's like, you should play it because you know how you can send people invites. I'm like, why does she keep sending me that? I'm not playing that game. And I was like, I'm not playing. And then here we go. I'm playing the game now, y'all. I'm playing the game. All right, so we have 1 done, 2 to go. These are a little smaller, so should be easier to do. If you're watching and chatting and or lurking and you're having a great time, I would really appreciate it if you would give the video a thumbs up. If not, you want to give it a thumbs down, do that too. But hopefully you're enjoying yourself. here on my channel. All right, so again, just following some of the lines that she's already provided. I think for me, this is the easiest way to color in her pages if I don't want to use my own creativity. Just following her cues here. Yeah, the cream color paper does work. I mean, I've seen it in other books too. So what do you guys feel about the new Morgan O'Brien coloring book, The Slick Paper, in its tan? Has anyone colored in that yet? And how do you like coloring it on that paper? I think on that paper, I'll probably use, I'll probably go with with markers, because I don't even know what to use on that paper. It's so slick, so I'm not sure. All right, so we have one more palm tree, and then we're going to get to the sky. Again, I'm just following the lines that she's given. I'm kind of messy with it because I don't want it to be perfect. Trying to be kind of loose with it. And I think this is going to be the last video for the month for July Color Your Hoard. Again, if you are a colorist and you like coloring and you have a lot of new books that you've hoarded, because just face it, we probably are hoarders of coloring books. And you want to join us, please do over on Instagram. Every month we change it to the new month. So for next month, it will be September Color Your Hoard 2023. Time to pull out those fall coloring books for people who color horror coloring books, scary coloring books. That is not me. I won't be doing those, but you guys have a blast doing it. You're going to see a lot of that. A lot of horror images on Instagram too. I don't know. There's some people who that's all they kind of color. I forget one colorist channel I found, and he was just really into all of the horror coloring books. I forget that guy's name. I'm really interested to see like if he's colored in any of those that he collected. But I don't do scary. It's not for me. There's enough scary stuff going on in the world. I don't need to add that to watching that. I don't need to add to it at all. All right, so we're almost done. Let's see something here I could do. Has anyone seen Cocaine Bear? Has anyone seen that crazy movie? It is on Amazon Prime. And let me tell you, it is very gory. Lots of cussing. And it said it was supposed to be a comedy, like mixed in there. I'm like, what's funny about any of this? I was like, this is not funny. My husband giggled a couple times, but I didn't giggle at all. I was saying ugh a lot. Like, ew. So, but yeah. I don't recommend it if you don't like gory. Don't watch it. No. Yeah, Terry Lou was kind of dumb. This was a waste of my time, really. All right, so I'm doing spring green. I'm just going to add a little in here. Yellowish green color. Just a little. I really didn't have to, but I want to add that in there. Someone's supposed to be in the bed and he is giggling back there with his dad. How come it's the dads who don't make the kids go to bed? It's like, it's his bedtime. Make him go to bed. Then he gets away with it because he goes back there and plays with daddy, and daddy doesn't, daddy loves that. So daddy won't make him go to bed. He did say goodnight. Now I'm hearing him laughing. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to add this in here. I think it looks really good with the yellowish green. Not too heavy. Well, let me tell you guys, do not watch that movie if you do not like scary. It wasn't really scary, it was just gory. But I don't do scary. Like I've seen, like now you see all these different scary movies popping up on Netflix. And my husband likes to watch scary. I'm like, no, I'm not watching that. I'm going to bed. You watch that by yourself because I'm not watching it. Yes, Terry Lou, that is so true. And I always fuss at him about, I'm like, look, you don't have to get him up in the morning. I do. Let him go to bed. Let him go to bed. All right. So now I'm going to work a little bit on, well, let me just do this first. I'm going to use this black Sharpie to do these birds' wings real quick. Kind of like define the bird a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to be using Pretty Excellent watercolors. I use it a lot, you guys. This thing is kind of gross. Southern Nanny. What is it? Southern Nanny. Hi, welcome, welcome. Yes, horrible, horrible movie. Do not recommend it. I do not recommend that movie. All right, so I'm going to do like a sunset or sunrise, whatever you guys want to call it. That's what it's going to be. So what I'm going to do is work from, I'm going to start with yellow. I just have a bowl of water here. Just a little bowl of water. And I'm using an 8. And basically just going to, I have a little towel over here that I use, old baby towel, a baby washcloth. And I just pretty much set that up next to me. And I can use the washcloth to dry my brush. You guys can't see me doing that, but to dry my brush. So I'm going to start with this yellow here. It is called lemon yellow. And I just put water in there. And then I'll tap it off on my washcloth over there. And I just add it to where I want. So I'm going to start with the yellow down here. And a little bit goes a long way with watercolor. And look, I got to be careful because I already see that Sparkle Pop wants to run when I touch it with water. So again, tap with water and then I dab my brush and I just keep going. But I got to be careful up there. So I start with the lightest color and I determine how far I want to go up with it. Now you can also, what I do sometimes is I will do the whole thing in one color and then go over with colored pencils. Now that, that's what I do if I don't like the way I've blended the color, or if I'm doing something wrong, or I'm like, I don't like the way it looks. What's good about watercolors is that you can always go over it with colored pencils and perfect it. I'm going outside the line. This book doesn't have the borders. Doesn't have a border, so I have to be much more careful. If I do a little bit too much, I just take my towel and dab, just like that. Let's see. And just keep going. It doesn't have to be perfect because most skies aren't. There's variations in the sky, so you don't have to worry too much. Oh, you want to bleed too. We'll go around those guys there. Hope you guys can see that. Oh, Southern Amy. Sorry. I'm trying to read it from far away. I have bad eyes. Sorry. Yes, Valerie, I like it. I'm not going to say this is not my only one. I have a lot. But as you can see, this one gets a lot of my time. I just enjoy using them. And they work well. And they're not very expensive. So that's another good thing. Got a little crazy. Okay. I usually don't like doing backgrounds on camera because it's too much pressure, guys. Too much pressure. Too much pressure. I try not to use too much water as well because I want it to dry fast because I'm going to go in with the next color like ASAP. Not dry yet. All right, so I started with yellow. Oh, thank you so much, Amy. Thank you so much. All right, so this has got to dry. I should have brought my blow dryer out here. You can, if you want, if you don't want to wait for it to dry, you can use, a blow dryer. I have a blow dryer and I also have one for crafts. So, but I think this is, yeah, it's going to take a minute. So then basically what I would do is then go over with the next color. And in this case, I might just use an orange. And I'm just going to do that at the top. So let's see if we can get this to dry. That's almost dry. The good thing about the Create Space paper is that it can actually take a lot. Just, give it a chance to dry and you can keep going. For the price of their books, I think they have good quality paper. I think you can, you'll be happy with the paper. I don't think I've heard anyone yet say that they don't like the paper in Creative Haven books. Yes, Valerie. I like watercolor. It's so fun to use. I'm not, I want to learn how to create my own paintings, not just using it in the coloring book. So yes, the watercolor set is called Pretty Excellent. I will have a link in the description once the video is done. I'll link these down there if you want it to wait, or you can go look them up on Amazon. It's Pretty Excellent Watercolors. No, it won't mess up the paper. However, if you have paper that's not really good, you can always go over it with satin glaze. I've done that before. And then once the satin glaze dries, you can then watercolor on that and it does not do anything to the paper. So I've done that before and it works fine. You're welcome. Yes, Valerie, it has to be. I have to have a little bling in there. Pink and bling. Sorry about the noise. I know that's annoying, but I want this to dry before I So here's the back side of it. So you can see a little bit of the ghosting from the watercolor, but you can also see that some of the areas are already dry because I didn't use that much water. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead because it's semi-dry. I'm going to go with my next color. I'm going to use yellow orange, which is this one. And I'm going to mix it. I'm going to mix it. I like to mix them sometimes. So I'm going to mix it there. And then I'm going to actually do mine from the top. And just pray it doesn't act stupid. Oh, don't act stupid. Add a little more. A little more. Like that. I'm going to come over this side here. Be careful with the birds because the birds want to do some craziness too. Again, you don't have to make it perfect. Some areas can be lighter than others. Like here, I'm not going to add much more water to this brush because I kind of want it to look a little faded there. All right, so I'm going to put more water on my brush and then I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to come down to the side. Try not to be messy, but there's no guarantees of that. Again, I'm not going to add any more to the brush. I'm just going to let that kind of spread there on what's left on the brush. There's still a lot on the brush. You don't have to always keep redipping. I mean, some people do. It just depends on the look you're going for. The more you use it, the color starts to fade off, but you can still get a nice color from it, and then almost like it's blending itself. I don't know how to explain it. It's just how I do it. Sorry. So as you can see, I have darker up here, right? And then it just seems like it blends right down because of the way I do it. I just can't explain how I do it, you guys. I'm sorry. I just do it. I'm going to leave that side alone because it's saturated. I'm going to come down here a little bit because I need that to kind of blend a little bit more. And if I wanted to, I could put a little bit, I can go a little darker, but I'm going to leave it alone because it's too wet. But that is the picture, you guys. That is my summer scenes picture completed. First page in this book. I thoroughly enjoyed doing this page. I want to do another one. There's so many cute pages in here. I just want to do another one. But I'm not. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video and that you've enjoyed this series for the last 3 weeks doing this page. And again, I'll have those watercolors listed in the description below, as well as the book, and anything that I used to create this page. But I hope that you all have a great evening, a good weekend. Relax, stay cool, and show love, not hate, y'all. Be loving to each other, to other people. Just do that. But until next time, you guys, I hope you have a great weekend and take care. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.